What's going on, family? Listen, your vibe attracts your tribe. Community is about connectivity. I want you to make sure that you're part of this amazing Eagles Academy that really shows you how to soar into success and purpose. It's all about equipping you with the mindset, the skill set, and the tool set to be an asset in any environment. I want to give you the strategy, the structure, the solutions, the systems to really unveil your greatness, to grow your greatness in such an amazing way so that you can experience transformation in any industry. The ideas, the impact, the influence all takes place in our amazing Eagles Academy with so many incredible, influential minds that you need to connect to and you need to connect with. Join us right now, theeaglesacademy.com. Go get registered to join us right now. What's going on? What's going on, y'all? How you doing? How you living? How's it going? What's happening? I hope you're doing well, like we always do at this time. Drop some fire emojis in the chat. Yeah. Drop some fire emojis in the chat. Welcome. Y'all know what it is. We are in the mix at 6. And I'm yours truly, Dr. Eddie, empowering you to soar into success and purpose. And we do this each and every single day, every weekday, Monday through Friday. As you're watching me on the digital airwaves of Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn, TikTok, YouTube, of course. Drop your city in the chat. Let me know what city you're watching from. Come on, drop your city in the comment section. Let me know where you're tuning in from. Let me know where you are watching from. Listen, by the way, as you are tuning in, make sure that you share. You're here because you care, so be sure to share. I know your timeline could be someone's lifeline. Share it with somebody. Yeah, share if you care. Let somebody know that we are here. Like, comment, share, subscribe, especially on the YouTube side. Yeah, youtube.com/EddieConnor. It is an honor to be with you. Click the notification bell as well so that you can always be updated. You can be locked in as you are tuning in each and every single time. Mississippi, we got Armenia. Everybody's watching. I'm glad. From all types of places, from all corners, locations around. Listen, if you're ready, let's go, let's grow. Come on, if you're ready, type let's go, let's grow. Detroit, Colorado, Texas, yes. If you're ready, type let's go, let's grow. Come on, there's still time to share with somebody. Yeah, there's still time to share with somebody. Let's go, let's grow. We are in the mix. And here's the thing. Tonight, what I want to do is I want to talk about 4 keys to date with direction. That's what I want to do. I'm talk about 4 keys to date with direction. Don't worry, I'm putting my glasses back on. You ain't got to keep staring at my Gucci bags and my Louis Vuitton bags. It's all right. I'm sorry. I didn't want to scare you today. Let me put my glasses back on real quick, fast, and hurry. Don't leave. Stay right where you are. Don't leave. Stay right where you are. Listen, if there's ever a time that we need to talk about relationships, now is the time. No. There's ever a time that we need to talk about it, now is the time. There's a lot of discontent. A lot of people say there's a dilemma when it comes to dating. Don't even want to get nowhere near the dating pool because you believe the dating pool is a cesspool. I get it. And that's for a myriad of circumstances, issues. In many cases, I'll be talking into tomorrow if we were going down the litany and the line of all the things that in many cases become deleterious to the dating process. So we got to make it make sense. And the right keys are going to open the right doors. And so I want to give some keys. My brother from another mother, the one and only Pastor Robert Marshall. My brother, good to see you. When you think about this, when this world has so much unrest, think about it. When this world has so much unrest, your relationship, your marriage, your home, what it should be is that it should be a place where you can be at rest. It should be. And here's the thing, sometimes who and what we choose is not always the best choice for us. The question is it possible that you could have friend zoned your purpose partner? Is it possible? Could it be that your type is the reason why you're single? Could it be that your type is not really who you're supposed to be with? Hmm. I want you to lean in a little bit on this. I want you to give it some consideration because here it is. Maybe your preference is not really your purpose. What do I mean? Yeah, let me say it twice because it's also nice. Maybe your preference is not your purpose. Listen, if you're ready tonight for this challenging conversation, if you're ready for this candid conversation tonight, I just need you to just type ready. If you're ready for a courageous, critical conversation tonight, just type ready. Could it be that your type is the reason why you're single? Could it be that your type is not really who you're supposed to be with? Could it be that your preference is not really your purpose? What in the world do I mean by that? There's a story that goes by about one of my favorite people to ever live, the one and only Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. And the story goes that Dr. King was not really Coretta Scott. She wasn't married then. Wasn't Coretta Scott's preference. She was not, MLK was not, I should say, he was not her original preference. She preferred a taller man. And the record suggests that Martin Luther King Jr., the one and only, I left Atlanta this morning. I have a dream. I mean, can't nobody move a crowd like MLK could. All right. But even with all that bravado, even with all that gifting, even with all of that amazing intellect, he was not her original preference. Records suggest that MLK stood no more than 5 feet 6 inches tall. She wanted a taller man. However, it was Dr. King's quick wit. It was his quick wit. It was his charm that wooed Coretta and ultimately toward marriage. I want you to think about this. If Mrs. Coretta Scott King only chose out of preference, would we really have seen the profundity of the civil rights movement move to the heights of where it possibly was? If she only chose based on height, would we have seen the heights of where the movement became as we know it today? If she only chose off of preference and not purpose. And the question becomes, what generational curses will you break simply by who you're connected to? What generational curses will either continue or what generational curses will you break? Not by solely preference, but by choosing from purpose. Even to where here it is that even preference and purpose is interconnected together. Why? Because you got to understand this. that this is bigger than you. Dating, relationships, marriage, bigger than you. What is it about? This is about your generation. This is about your family. This is about your children. This is about your mentality, right? And oftentimes, what we're led by is solely, specifically preference, but not purpose. Mhm. A lot of times we're led solely, specifically by style, but no substance, by someone's spunk, but not their spirit. And I know you say, well, God is gonna give me the desires of my heart. Yeah, he just gonna give me the desires of my heart. Somebody just type bigger, bigger, bigger. It's bigger than me. It's bigger than you. It's bigger than the preference. The enormity is about the purpose. Come on, type bigger tonight. Bigger, bigger, bigger. Right? No, you say, well, God's gonna give me the desires of my heart. Yeah, yeah. He's gonna give me the desires of my heart and all this stuff. That's what the word says. But let's look a little bit deeper into that. Because in actuality, it's the fact that God's desires for you now become your desires for yourself. Your desires, even for yourself, now match his desires for you. Because the thing is this: God is not a genie. You don't rub the Bible 3 times and you get 3 wishes, right? God doesn't just give you what you want. What he does is he gives you what to want. How is that? It's the fact that you become so interconnected to him, right? That you only want what he wants for you. Let me say it twice because it's also nice. God ain't no genie. You don't rub the Bible 3 times, you just get it 3 wishes, as if this is a magic carpet ride with Aladdin. Nah, this ain't Disney. This is destiny, right? So it's not just so much that he just gives me the desires of my heart. My desires now match his desires for me. God don't just give you what you want, he gives you what to want. He changes your appetite. He changes your disposition. He changes your next level. He changes your outlook on life. Because I don't want to want what he doesn't want for me. I don't want to want a house that he don't want me to have. I don't want a specific place in my life where he doesn't want me to be. I want what he wants for me. Shouldn't want a man that God don't want you to have. Shouldn't want a woman that God doesn't want you to be with. So as a result of that, his desires for me now become my desires for myself. How does that happen? It moves into a place of surrender, also sacrifice. Yeah. I want to be in a place of proximity to purpose, in many cases, aligning into the place to where I'm with the person that he wants me to be with, because it's not so much solely about my specific ideas and my specific ideals. It comes from the specific place in the plan to where I'm thinking bigger because I know that something greater is ahead or is more ahead on the horizon for me. And here's the thing, oftentimes we get so lost in desire, we get so lost in attraction at the expense of losing integrity, at the expense of affection. And here's the thing that we have to realize: just because somebody's attractive doesn't mean you're compatible. Just because somebody's attractive doesn't necessarily mean that they have the right attributes to be with you. And here's the thing that we have to realize: what happens when you're just looking and not specifically finding? What happens when you're looking, but you're not finding? Because here's the thing: people oftentimes they're gonna make snap judgments, they're gonna make ridiculous statements, such as, all these single people out here, you should be married by now. Come on now. You've heard it. You said it, maybe. Maybe it's been said to you, right? All these single people out here, you should be married by now. You should have been dancing through daisies with your spouse in your house. And here's the thing: their erroneous statement is an inaccurate conjecture. Why? Because they're specifically quantifying that Quantity means quality. Quantity don't mean quality. Quantity doesn't mean quality. Quantity doesn't mean compatibility. Quantity doesn't mean suitability. Because oftentimes it is the exact opposite. Hmm? Come on, somebody just type quality over quantity. Quality over quantity. People ask you when you're gonna get married as if you're unemployed looking for a job. Come on, somebody just type quality over quantity. Hmm? Problem I have with it, and a lot of times that question, a lot of times that conjecture, and a lot of times those type of statements is the fact that some, let me paraphrase. Let me make sure that I itemize. Let me give a disclaimer. Some, not all. Let me say that twice because it's also nice. Some, not all married folks ask singles about their marital status when the truth of the matter is we got a whole lot of married folks who act single. Hello, somebody. Here it is. Generally, a lot of those people, they have the audacity, they have the nerve, they have the temerity, they have the unmitigated gall, y'all. Yeah, to say what they say. How are you trying to convince me to do what you've done when you don't even like what you did? Woo! How you like me now? Yeah, how you trying to convince me to do what you've done when you don't like what you did? Hmm? Come on. Y- Married, but you in somebody's DM. Mm. Let me sip some water on this one. Too early to be too soon to be. I'm going in too soon, ain't I? I know, I know. Going in too soon. Quality over quantity, because why? Finding a quality person, finding a quality purpose partner that's truly made for you, that's truly made for me, is a rarity. And here's the thing, some people want you just hurry up and get married. Hurry up and marry, because misery loves company. I don't want to be neither. Hurry up and get married to join my misery. They don't even like who they with, but they want you to just hurry up and just get married and just make a snap quick judgment simply because they failed to wait on God. They chose somebody who they thought was a good idea, but it wasn't a God idea. Now what they want to do, they want to hurry you. Yeah, they want you to hurry. They want you to choose someone who isn't the best choice for you because they chose specifically out of preference and have nothing to do with purpose. And here's the thing. There's a school of thought called the paradox of choice. Yeah, let me say it again. The paradox of choice. What is the paradox of choice about? The paradox of choice derives from the notion that more is actually less. We going there tonight. I told you quality over quantity. A lot of times we think quantity is quality. It's not. Hmm? Little supply, the demand goes up. Supply and demand. Much supply, demand goes down. The paradox of choice. More is actually less. What I mean, sometimes when you have too many choices, you don't pick anything. You know what I'm talking about. You ever been to a restaurant and I mean the menu looked like your undergrad book? Yeah. Menu had 300 pages in it. And you just flipping and you flipping and you flipping and you flipping and you don't even know what to choose. They got 20 different sandwiches, 50 different pasta dishes. And you saying to the waiter or the waitress, listen, I need you to help me make a decision. I got too many choices. I can't even choose nothing. You go to the Benz dealership. You go to your Chevrolet. You shopping on the lot. So many cars. Only variation, only difference is just the color. Right? A lot of times, that is the fact when it comes to the whole aspect of dating. Sometimes you just got too many choices. You don't even choose. You don't even pick anything. Right? And as a result, here it is. You end up choosing who chooses you. And as a result, that ends up being the bad choice. That ends up being the wrong choice. That ends up not being the right choice for you. Because you can't make a selection, because you can't make a choice. You end up choosing who chooses you. Right? And here's sometimes maybe the scar of social media. You now see that you got too many choices. You now see that you got too many people in your DM. Could it possibly be that maybe my grandmother and grandfather were married, God rest their soul, were married for 63 years simply because they were only navigating the dating terrain with people who were just in their neighborhood, their environment. They didn't know what brother so-and-so looked like in Atlanta to where they could just pick up a phone and now they just scrolling. He didn't see what sister so-and-so looked like out of LA unless they were serving in the military. Too many choices. Maybe you don't make maybe you don't choose at all simply because of the paradox of choice. Could it possibly be? And see, this is why allowing God to direct your passion, your purpose, your ideas, who it is that you are, is so vital to your growth. Why? Because it keeps you in a place of wholeness, not brokenness. So that as a result, now you become a suitable partner for the right person, because who you are in your singleness will either lead to a marital bless or a marital mess. It's easy to find quantity. It's easy to find quantity. But here's the thing. Where do you find quality? And being a man of value, the real value is in being a man of quality. The real value is in being a woman of quality, and then now attracting the type of person that you are as a result of it. And here's the thing, when there's no duality in your identity, God, what he does is that he releases clarity. Why does he release clarity? He releases clarity for proper decision making. God's not going to choose your spouse for you. God's not going to choose who you date for you. Not going to tap you on the back, not going to tap you on the shoulder. What he's going to do is he's going to give you discernment so that now you make a decision that's a product of your purpose, because now I'm giving you direction. I'm giving you discernment to be able to make the decision. Not going to choose it for you, but I'm going to give you indicators. I'm going to show you green flags. I'm going to show you red lights. And too many times we're running red lights, stopping on green ones. Got to understand this. Being married is not going to heal you. Being single won't kill you. Let me say it again. Being married is not going to heal you. Being single is not going to kill you. Waiting on God is not a waste of time. I was watching a movie the other day and I was just doing a little bit of work. So I guess the movie was watching me. Just happened to be on, you know how you have that background noise, and something arrested my attention. This guy was He and his wife were having some issues in their marriage. And he said she kept catching him looking at every other woman whenever they be out the mall, whenever they be out the store, head on a swivel. And he said, "You know what, honey, I'm sorry for looking around." He said, "It's something I can't deal with, something I've been trying to handle. And I thought just getting married was going to help me to solve the problem of my wandering eye." Marriage didn't heal it. Marriage didn't kill it. Marriage didn't take it away. There were things in his life that he did not course correct prior to saying "I do." And now, as a result of it, what he was doing intentionally or even unintentionally in his singleness that he didn't pay attention to, now magnified in his marriage. Come on now. How many times you want to go oops upside a man's head simply because he keep looking at every single woman who's walking by while he's with you? Hmm? Waiting on God is not a waste of time, right? And that's why even in scripture it mentions, I believe it's in 1 Corinthians, he that is unmarried care for the things of the Lord, how he may please the Lord. But he that is married care for the things of the world, how he may please his wife. Talks about even the unmarried woman, unmarried woman care for the things of the Lord, how she may be pleasing to God in both spirit and in both body and mind, right? Because the woman who is married care for the things of the world, how she may please her husband. You say, yes, I'm unmarried, but I'm not unhappy. A lot of times we quantify, a lot of times we calculate that being unmarried means that there's a deficiency in your life. A lot of times we believe singleness, we act like it, thinking that singleness is a curse. Not at all. I'm unmarried, but I'm not unhappy. I'm unmarried, but I'm not underdeveloped. I'm unmarried, but I don't have the time for the unnecessary drama. I'm unmarried, but I won't be undermined. I'm unmarried, but I understand. Here it is, the anointing that is on my life. I'm unmarried, but I understand my purpose. I'm unmarried, but I understand my gift. I'm unmarried, but I understand that I am an asset, right? To myself, but also to the person who is being sent into my life and I'm being sent into their life, right? And a lot of times what we're doing is that we're treating relationships like we swinging from the monkey bars uh, at the park. you, you, you acting like, you acting like this is the NBA, not just National Basketball Association, National Brokenness Association. Why? You acting like it's the NBA because you just trying to be on the offense or you trying to be on the defense, and all you do is you just keep on rebounding, thinking you can move on so quickly. Thought y'all were tailor made, but it's not going swiftly. Shout out to Big Sean for that line. Shout out to Big Sean for that bar. I got to say that again. Thinking you can move on from things so quickly. Thought you were Taylor, but things ain't going swiftly. Right? And here's the thing. We got to realize it's okay to pause. It's okay to be alone. Come on. Somebody just type, it's okay. Come on, type, it's okay. Yeah. It's okay. It's okay to pause. It's okay to pray. It's okay to ponder. It's okay to be purpose driven. It's okay to process your emotions. It's okay to sit this one out. Right? And in that aspect of you pausing, praying, pondering, processing, here it is. You're taking the time to heal. Why am I taking the time to heal? I'm taking the time to heal so the right things can be revealed. I'm taking the time to heal so the right me can be revealed. I'm taking the time to heal so that I understand the enormity of my value, my self-worth, my self-identity. I know you said you're ready, but in actuality, you might not be. I know you said you're ready, but in actuality, might not be. How do you know if you're ready? I'm so glad you asked. I'm so glad that you asked. Are you ready to date? Because here's the thing, it may not be your time to date. It just might be your time to wait. Being married not gonna heal you. Being single is not gonna kill you. Waiting on God is not a waste of time. Are you ready tonight? Come on, talk to me. Are you ready? I want to get into it. I want to get into it. That's just my prelude. I want to get into it. I want to talk about the 4 keys to date with direction. Come on. If you're ready tonight, just type I'm ready. Come on, type I'm ready. Type I'm ready. Said, hey, I may not be ready to date, but I'm ready to get this content. I'm ready to get this information. Come on, type I'm ready. I know you said that you're ready to date. I know you said that you're ready to be in a relationship. But here's the question. Are you really sure? Come on, share this with somebody tonight. Share this with somebody tonight. Come on, tag, tweet, tell, text, share if you care. Your timeline could be someone's lifeline. Invite somebody in tonight. Invite somebody in tonight. Hit the like button, comment, share, subscribe. Keys. This is your DJ Khaled Major Key Alert moment. I got the keys, keys, keys. Yeah. So let me share some keys to lock the wrong doors and open the right ones. Yeah. Keys to lock the wrong doors, open the right ones. Listen, I love it as well. As you can see, especially as you're watching me on YouTube and some of the ancillary digital airwaves, you need to make sure that you join the Eagles Academy. Strategies, structure, solutions to take your vision to another dimension, to really empower you to access your identity and increase your ideas, your impact, and your influence, to sharpen your skill set, to mature and maximize your mindset, to really build your tool set, and then also to become an asset in any and every specific in any and every specific environment. Go right now. Go to theeaglesacademy.com. Yeah, theeaglesacademy.com. Tap the join now button. Become a member. Can I get into the first key tonight? Here's key number 1. First of all, you got to realize this. You're not ready to date. Somebody said I could just put a period right there. I got a little bit more. You're not ready to date until you're fully aware of, yes, both the benefits, but also the risk. The risk would be the dangers of dating. What do I mean by that? You have to become aware. You have to be knowledgeable. You need to know not only the perks, but also the problems and even, yes, the pitfalls of the dating process. Right? Question is, are you mature enough to handle what comes with dating? Are you open enough to closing other doors to have a serious relationship? And here it is. The primary benefit of dating affords us this. What does it afford us? It affords us the opportunity to get to know someone new simply by first building a friendship. Notice I ain't say nothing about going on a trip. I ain't said nothing about going to Brazil. I didn't say nothing about going to Dubai. I didn't say nothing about going to Bali. Said nothing about planning on changing your last name to theirs. No. Mention building a friendship first. And here's the thing. In this day and age, I know the term friend zone has a negative connotation to it. But here's the thing. It's best that you don't skip the steps. It's best that you don't skip the steps before you just dance through daisies and you're doing a 2-step into romance. Why? Because here's the thing. Self-respect, self-confidence, self-esteem are some of those necessary components to the maturational development of building a formidable friendship. and ultimately dating readiness. You got to go through the seasons with people. Yeah. You got spring, summer, winter, fall. Hmm. In the winter season, maybe they don't feel like a winter. Spring coming around. Now you see a little attitude spring up. Summer, he want to be a hot boy. She want to be a hot girl all summer. Ain't trying to have a heel boy or heel girl summer. trying, trying to have a hot girl summer. Fall come around. Now they just fall back and y'all fall out. Right? You got to go through the season with people. How do people handle loss? How do people handle hurt? How do people handle disappointment? How do people handle the myriad of different situations that change with the season? Listen, Jesus Christ the same yesterday, today, and forever. Not me, not you. You change. Hmm? Jesus ain't changing because he's already his most evolved self. He ain't nothing to change about him. He is who he is. He ain't changed. He don't change for you. You got to change for him. Right? We change. If we're not changing, to a certain degree, you're slowly dying. Got to make some alterations. You have to also look at how people handle the vicissitudinous changes in their life, the ups and the downs, the ins and the outs. What makes them angry? How do they handle anger? How do they process their emotions? Do they now project their anger and do they now project their blame onto you? Got to look at it. Hmm? What is important to do? It's important to develop true friendship before you skydive into a relationship, before you jump the broom into a relationship. You got to get to know somebody beyond just their exterior frame. Those good looks are going to sag. Those good looks, that black hair is going to eventually turn gray. Everything that's up today is going to eventually fall tomorrow. You wrap your mind around that. Got to look at, yes, the benefits, but you also got to look at the pitfalls. At the top of the list of, when you think about it, the potential pitfalls of dating is the danger of becoming too emotionally intertwined too quickly. In essence, what do I mean by that? A lot of times we allow our heart to take us where our mind can't keep us. Let me say it again. A lot of times we become so intertwined, we become so embroiled, we become so entangled in a human being to where we allow our heart to take us where our mind can't keep us. And here's the thing, since it can't keep you there, as a result of it, your emotions are now controlled by another person's actions. One day you up, next day you down. You all over the place. Emotional roller coaster. Loving you ain't never helped me. I think that's how I go. I don't know. So as a result, it leads to relational and emotional instability. Why? Because you just operated off emotionality and not practicality. Can I go deeper so that we can go higher? Think about this. As human beings, we all desire love in some form. We all desire love in some form. We all desire love in some fashion. We all process love in some particular way. Think about this. We are a triune being. That's why nothing's one dimensional about you. Nothing is less than three dimensional about you. Spirit, soul, body, triune being. And here's the thing, healthy relationships should always begin at the spiritual and the intellectual level. Yeah. I didn't say anything about physical. I said the relationship should always begin at the spiritual and the intellectual level. If you can't say man, say ouch. Here's the thing, just because you showed your body to attract them doesn't mean you're guaranteed to keep them. Just because you're wearing some nice heels don't mean y'all going higher. Just because you pulled up in a nice fancy car don't mean you're going from 0 to 100 real quick. Because why? It's not about what the person is driving. You got to find out what's driving that person. Let me say it again. It's not about what I'm driving. You got to find out what's driving me. Beyond the cleavage, what's the character? Beyond the money, what's the mentality? Beyond the nice glasses, do they have a vision? Right? And here's the thing. The only thing that's going to keep a person is a person who wants to be kept. Don't matter how good you cook. Don't matter how good you look. Don't matter what you give. Don't matter what you hold. Only thing that's going to keep a person is a person who wants to be kept. So you say, what is it? What is the spiritual? What does the intellectual entail? I'm so glad you asked. The spiritual and the intellectual is comprised of purpose. It's comprised of motivation. It's comprised of interest. It's vision. It's personality. Right? And you want somebody's personality to be like a fragrance and not an odor. Of course, it's connected to their relationship with God as well. And hear me, the physical dimension, the physical connection is the least important. But that's where we generally start. I know you like Dr. Eddie. You tripping tonight. You tripping on this in the mix of six. We tripping right now. You give me some keys, but it's locking me out. I want him to look like Morris Walnut, Chestnut, whatever he is. But how did that work out? Because you found out that brother was a nut. Well, man, bro, I needed to be 36, 24, 36 curves like the letter S. But how did that work out? Soon found out that the sister was a snake. She looked like a brick house on the outside, but her spirit was nasty on the inside. Sis, you wanted them to be 6 feet, 6 figures, have a six pack, but you found out that all them sixes left you with was a devil. Come on. Well, I need to make sure that they can put it down in the bedroom. But you soon found out that's the only place they wanted to take you. Y'all can't even go get no ice cream. Come on. Can't get a sandwich nowhere. Can't get a PB&J. Just trying to be in pajamas all day. And here's the thing. Western movies, Western media, societal acculturation places an emphasis on physical attraction first. You had me at hello. You think that's about personality? Oh, your personality is just so beautiful. I don't see your personality first. I see what I'm looking at first. People sum you up in 7 seconds, if not quicker than that. Don't get a second chance to make a first impression. The way that we have been acculturated, the way that we have, of course, man look at the outward appearance. God is the one who is a discerner, who is the one who looks at the heart. So we always place in affinity, we always place an emphasis on physical attraction first. You sum people up by the way that they dress before you hear the way that they sound. You sum people up by the way that they look before you find out if this person really is a liability or an asset to you. So we place such a high emphasis on physical attraction first, and then we move spiritual attraction and intellectual attraction all the way to the back, if at all that we even regard it. Well, Doc Daddy, I don't want nobody to treat me. I don't want to be with somebody who's ugly. I get it. Here's the thing. I just don't want you to be with somebody who treats you ugly. Because at the end of the day, just because they're attractive don't mean y'all compatible. And oftentimes what we have done, we have become so enamored with preference that we chose to ignore it over purpose. That's what we've done. Yeah. We've solely focused specifically on preference, on preference that we ignore and that we negate purpose. And here's the thing, when you discover your purpose, it changes what and who you're attracted to. See, when you talk about, well, I don't want to be with somebody who's ugly. I just don't want you to be treated by somebody who's ugly. What's ugly is choosing to be with someone who makes you feel ugly. What's ugly is choosing to be with somebody who treats you ugly. Why is that? Because at the end of the day, a pretty face, here's a math equation for you. A pretty face plus an ugly attitude equals an ugly person. Let me say it again. A pretty face, a handsome face, plus an ugly attitude leads to and equals an ugly person. Come on, you've met some very, very beautiful, you've met some very, very astute, met some very, very handsome people, and the looks didn't match up with the treatment. How they looked didn't match up with who they were. Hmm? Now, as a result of it, you find yourself having trouble trying to recognize a soulmate because you confused it with a soul tie. Hmm. Here's the thing. A lot of us are just praying for the right person to come into our life, when in actuality, we need to flip that prayer. We need to be praying to be sent into the right person's life in alignment with our divine assignment. Why? Simply because we are on assignment. If you're a purpose partner, and if you haven't seen that, go back and watch it. Forget how many different iterations, how many series we did about that. How many parts rather that we did about that. I don't know if we did 2, 3, I don't know. Go back and check it out. If you believe that you're a purpose partner, as a result of it, you're not just praying for somebody to come into your life, you're praying to be sent into somebody's life simply because you know you're on assignment. You're in divine alignment with your divine assignment. And now you're connecting your purpose with their purpose as the product of somebody who's a unique partner. Can I move on? Can I move on? Can I move on to number two? Key number two. Let me move on to key number two. Key number two. Let me get to the second one here. Second key is this. Second key and prerequisite for dating moves us into a place that we have to have dating readiness coupled with an understanding of God's standards for relationships. What does that look like? It looks like you asking yourself the question, do I have boundaries? And if I have boundaries, then I ought to be able to express what those boundaries are. What are those specific boundaries that you do have? Do I have boundaries? What are those boundaries? Somebody just type this tonight. Type boundaries are a blessing. Come on, type that. Boundaries are a blessing. Come on, type that. Type that. Type it as many times as you need it. Come on. Come on. Boundaries are blessed. I'm not saying I don't love you. I'm just saying I love me, and I can't love you until I love me. Do you hear what I'm saying? Let me say it again. I'm not saying I don't love you. I'm just saying I love me. And the prerequisite to loving you is first loving me. Loving your neighbor as you love yourself. Can't love your neighbor till you first love yourself. And sometimes love is understanding that I'm not building a wall, but I'm building a boundary. Boundaries are a blessing. You got to understand this. The premium that you pay for peace is oftentimes at the expense of creating healthy boundaries. One thing you got to realize is that boundaries are not a barrier. Boundaries are a bridge. Let me say it again. Boundaries are not a barrier. Boundaries are a bridge. Boundaries eventually become a blessing. Why do they become a bridge? Why are boundaries not a barrier, but a bridge? Here's the thing. The demarcating line is that you're able to decipher who you want to cross that bridge in your life. You're able to delineate. You're able to distinguish. You're able to understand based on people's actions whether I'm going to reject or I'm going to respect those boundaries. And really based on how they do that. Well, all right, you can come on. No, you can't come on. You don't even respect my boundaries. Matter of fact, you reject my boundaries. My boundaries are a blessing, but you're trying to make my boundaries a curse. And here's the thing. Those who reject your boundaries, those who don't respect your boundaries, don't come to add or multiply. Here's what they do. They come to subtract and divide. They come to subtract your success. They come to divide you from your destiny. Here's what you need. You need people in your life who want you to be fruitful. You need people in your life who want you to be formidable. You need people in your life who want you to flourish. Come on, type that. Fruitful, flourish. Come on, Facebook. Come on, Instagram. Come on, TikTok. I'm looking all over the place tonight. Come on, LinkedIn. Come on, YouTube. Make it do what it do. Come on, Twitter, X, whatever it is. Right? Come on, type fruitful, flourish. The right people in your life want you to be fruitful. They want you to flourish. They want your life to be rather functional. How's it functional? It's functional from the aspect, it's functional from the fact that I have fulfillment. And here's why. This is why it is simply because the right person doesn't just want more from you. They want more for you. If I want more for you, I want you to be fruitful. If I want more for you, I want you to be formidable. If I want more for you, I want you to have fulfillment. If I want more for you, I want you to be functional. I want you to flourish. I don't just want more from you. I want more for you. And here's the thing. You can't wait until you're in a dating situation to decide what your boundaries are. You can't wait until you're in a dating situation to decide what's right or what's wrong for you. It's already too late. If you don't know what you want, somebody's going to decide what you get. But it's generally going to be what you don't want. But how do you know what you don't want if you don't know what you do want? Are you confused yet? Let me say that again. If you don't know what you want, somebody's going to decide what you get. How do you know what you don't want if you don't know what you do want? Are you confused? So is the person who don't know what they want. Right? The person who doesn't know what they want moves you into a place of indecision. And here's one thing that we have to realize. Indecision is a decision. You indecisive about what job to choose. You indecisive about what relationship to step into. You indecisive about what to order on the menu. You indecisive whether I go left or whether I go right. Indecision is a decision. And generally, when you're indecisive, somebody's gonna make the choice for you. Well, I didn't want chicken. You didn't choose pizza. Come on. If you don't choose, somebody's gonna make the choice for you. And here's the thing: what we have done is that we have misinformed a generation of people that they're ready to date simply because they're a teenager. They're ready to date simply because they're unmarried. Hello, somebody. Listen, you don't just turn the keys over to somebody to drive behind the wheel of a car simply because they're of a certain age. No, you got to be tested. You got to be tried. You got to find out if what you got is really true to be able to handle the different lane variations, to be able to handle parallel parking, to be able to switch in a lane and use your turn signal. Hmm? To not be switching lanes in an intersection, to be able to drive past a Mack truck and not lose your mind because you're so scared. They have to be tested in order to partake in driving privileges. Here's the thing: a relationship is a privilege, it's not a requirement. It's not good for man to be alone. Let's think about the word good. He didn't say it's bad. Good means it's not necessarily advantageous. Doesn't mean it's a curse. Advantageous meaning you can multiply, you can be fruitful, you can flourish simply because two is better than one. Two hands is better than one hand. Two eyes is better than one eye. Two people working on a project is better than just one working on it. Don't mean that you can't do it on your own. It just means that you have an advantage with somebody. Not a requirement, it's a privilege. Listen, somebody just ought to internalize it tonight. That it's a privilege to be with me. Come on, type privilege. What a privilege. What a joy divine. It's a privilege to be with me, right? Because I know my value internally. If you don't recognize how much of a privilege it is to be with me, so long, bye-bye. Cool. When you wake up out of your sleep, when you wake up out of your stupor, when you wake up out of your slumber, I can't promise I'm going to be here. But I know that it's a privilege to be with me. It ain't a requirement to be with me. I'm a benefit. I get it. Being with me or not being with me may not be a necessity. I'm not needy. I'm needed. Can I talk to somebody tonight? It's a privilege. And since it's a privilege, I need to make sure that I have people who recognize that it's a privilege for me to be in their life and vice versa. Hmm? But here's what we do. We make dating a trial and error experience. 7-day free trial. Return to sender. Come on. You done posted them on your social media page and then you mad that we asking questions. No, no, no. We want to know where Johnny went. We want to know where did Shanette go. Come on now. No, we all in this together now. You bragged about him to us. Brag about him while they ain't there no more. Come on, testify to us. Mhm. You done swept through the whole timeline with him. Talking about um this is my uh, this is my relationship dump. You done posted 10 photos, filled up the whole carousel. Now you off the carousel? Come on. Make it make sense. Oh, it ain't a privilege no more, huh? Come on. Inquiring minds want to know. That's for sure. Right? It's not it's not no trial and error experiment. Mhm. If you're big enough to post them, be big enough to talk about why you ain't posting them. I'm just saying. Right? Because a lot of times we're treating dating as if it's a trial and error experience. Please forgive me for my brash delivery. Sorry, not sorry. What did Jay-Z say? He said, I start telling the truth when I get nervous. I ain't nervous, but I'ma still say it. Right? We treat it as if it's some type of trial and error experience that you fall into because, well, I am getting older. Well, I am a little bit bored. Well, the holiday is coming up. Well, I would like to go to movies with somebody. Well, I am feeling lonely. And a lot of times we choose out of necessity. We don't choose out of the fact that we know we're privileged. We don't choose out of the fact that we know we're knee dead. We choose out of the fact that we're needy. And here's what happens. As a result, now people play on your emotional instability simply because you're not self aware, simply because you haven't checked in with self, simply because you haven't seen where it is that God wants you to be at your life. And are you in alignment with your divine assignment? Right? Simply because you're not a purpose partner for yourself before you expect one. How have you partnered with your purpose? Hmm. You allowed being lonely to make you a liability. Now you leave another relationship limping over to somebody else to try to make them heal your fractures. Limping over to somebody else simply because your heart is out of order. And now you want this person to clean up what the last person made a mistake over, or what the last person made a mess about, or what you allowed the last person to do. To where, yeah, everybody got baggage, but this ain't baggage, it's garbage. Rather than recycling, rather than refreshing it, it just need to be trashed. I've got to renew my mind. I've got to recognize where it is that I am in my life. Hmm? If I'm preparing to be a husband, if you're preparing to be a wife. And here's what we do. Due to the fact that there is no intentionality, we now crash haphazardly. Come on, come on. Talking about purpose partner. Still ancillary to that. Talking about keys to date with direction. When you're connected to a purpose partner, here's what happens. Now you're not, now you're the right gift at not the wrong address. You're the right gift at the right address. Why? Because somebody recognized that this is what it is. It's a privilege to have you. It's a privilege to handle you with tender loving care, with TLC. It's a privilege to recognize that everybody has a fragile do not drop label on their life. It's a privilege to recognize you because you are a gift. I see it to yourself. And because you are a gift to yourself, I recognize that you can also be a gift to me too. Too many times, we are the right gift at the wrong address. Hmm. And because here it is, we have been so indoctrinated to red flags that we ignore green ones. We settle where we shouldn't be. We settle to a place to where we're not even wanted. We settle to a place where we're not even celebrated. We're celebrated. We're settled to a place where people tolerate us but not celebrate us. And as a result, because we've been so accustomed to negativity, because we've been so accustomed to toxicity, we find it easy to trauma bond to where we say, I like it here. With all the pain, with all the ups and downs, with all the turmoil, with all how somebody mistreats you, with all the way that people talk to you out of the side of their neck and treat you any old type of way, you still have the nerve to say, you still have the unmitigated gall, you still have the temerity to say, I like it here. Why? Because you've settled so low to where you don't feel like you deserve anything better. You don't even feel like you could even aspire higher. Hmm? And so here it is. When you get the keys, you throw them away. You lock yourself out of opportunity. You lock yourself out of the next level. Simply because it is like the experiment. Experiment was with two particular frogs. And this particular scientist, he had boiling water and he had cold water. He put one of the particular frogs into the boiling water, and of course, you can imagine what happened to the frog or with the frog. Joker said, listen, I'm not getting cooked. Put him in that boiling pot of water, and he jumped out. Different pot, cold water. Scientists put a frog in some cold water. This is what he did. He gradually heated it up. He gradually heated up the water. And what happened with the frog? The frog began to adjust to the temperature. Frog began to adjust the temperature to where, in many cases, it moved from real chilly to a little tepid. Water moved from tepid to warm. Water moved a little bit from warm to a little milder, little warmer, till all of a sudden, the frog gave up the ghost. Didn't realize that it was being cooked. And here's what we have done. We have settled like a frog. Some of y'all kissed enough frogs. We have settled in relationships in places where we didn't even belong. Hmm? You knew you would get scared off if the water was just too hot. You knew you'd get scared off if somebody started screaming at you on the first date. Come on. You knew it would push you away if the person didn't show up on the date and left you at the table by yourself. You knew that you never talked to them again if they cussed you out on the phone off the first conversation. But no, those are the same levels that they display, except that it's over time. And so now, as a result of it, all they've done is just slowly but surely heated up the temperature. Oh, yeah, you didn't know you was getting cooked. They be good today, smile in your face today, and then dog you out the next day. You didn't realize you were getting cooked. You didn't realize that the person was slowly but surely destroying your self-confidence. And as a result, they're sending you messages. You're not going to be better than me. You're not going to do no better than me. I'm the best you ever had. You'll never find nobody better than me. They'll gaslight you. They'll manipulate you. They'll do their narcissistic personality disorder will be on full display slowly but surely through the seasons, through the summer, through the spring, through the winter, through the fall. And as a result, you see one day that you don't even resemble who it is that you were. The things that you wouldn't settle for initially, you now settle for over time. Do you hear me? Hmm? And as a result, your confidence is cooked. Just like that frog in the pot. Yeah. Put him in some boiling water. No, I'm jumping out. I'm jumping out of that relationship. You dogging me out this way initially. No, you put him in a little bit of water. Let him adjust. Let him get comfortable in the temperature. Slowly but surely, I was cooking you, cooking your self-esteem, cooking your ideas, cooking your vision, boiling it down, reducing you. Hmm? The more they turn the temperature up on their attitude, the more they reduce how you feel about yourself. The more they turn the temperature up on how they want to make you feel, the more they reduce your vision and the more they stop you from getting to where it is that you are. But here's what you've done. You settled. And here's the thing, you can never get to the next level if all you do is settle. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Come on, bring Nelly over here because it's getting hot in here, but you don't even realize it because you've been getting cooked. Yeah. Mm-hmm. You settle for being with somebody who always brings in disagreements versus understanding that yes, we may have a disagreement, but doesn't mean that we have to be disagreeable. I'm not like you. You're not like me. I wasn't raised to be with you. You weren't raised to be with me. Two becoming one has friction sometimes. Yeah. Two becoming one ain't easy. But am I with somebody to where it's worth it? Why? Because they realize I'm worth it. They realize I'm a privilege. Hmm? They can respect my boundaries. They don't reject my boundaries. They don't gaslight me about my boundaries. They don't think the boundaries is building a wall. No, they see it as a bridge. A bridge, here it is, over troubled waters. That's what it's about. When you're the right gift at the right address. You understand that relationships are hard work, but you don't have to work so hard to stay where you don't belong. Nobody's trying to cook you down. Nobody's trying to boil you all the way down. They want to build you up. They just don't see you as a come up. Hmm? Yeah. Because when you see somebody as a come up, now you see them, you're a person who is an opportunist versus looking at how can we create an opportunity together. Listen, time to maximize your mindset. Time to maximize your mindset. Time to sharpen your skill set. Time to build your tool set. Time to thrive as an asset in any and every specific environment. Listen, let me coach you. Let me teach you. Let me mentor you. Let me train you. Let me show you how to do that. Yeah. Sharpen your mindset, your skill set, your tool set to thrive in any and every environment. That's what I want you to do. I want you to go to theeaglesacademy.com right now. Go there. Go there. Go to theeaglesacademy.com. Tap the join now button. I want you to become a member. This is your time. This is your year. This is your opportunity. So you talk about opportunity. It's your time to grow your greatness. And you don't do it in a silo. You're growing your greatness with other eagles. Come on, where are my eagles at tonight? You're growing your greatness with strategies, with structure, with solutions, with systems that are proven to work. Right? Let me show you how to increase your ideas. Let me show you how to increase your impact. Let me show you how to increase your influence. Right? Let me show you how to build healthy relationships, but also build your business, build your self-confidence, build your self-esteem, build your faith, build your identity. Hmm? Right? Because your identity shapes what relationships you step into and what relationships you stay away from. When you know who you are, you also know what you're not. You can't grow in a silo. Got to be around other people, hear me, who recognize that a win for you is a win for them too. Got to be around other people who are going to be your accountability partners. Got to be around people who don't just absorb information, but they put in the work with application for transformation. Got to be in that. Hear me. You don't just soar as high as your dream. You soar as high as your team. Join the team. Join us right now. Hesitation will keep you in the same situation. Go right now. Again, hesitation keeps you in the same situation. Go right now. Go right now to the eaglesacademy.com. Move now. Become a member. Become a member. Yes, yes. I'm talking to you. I'm talking to you on Facebook. I'm talking to you on Instagram. I'm talking to you on TikTok. I'm talking to you on LinkedIn. Get locked in. I'm talking to you on Twitter. Talking to you on YouTube. Yes, you on YouTube. Come on, come on, come on. Step into our digital doors where it's not about competition. It's about collaboration. Yes. Go there right now, theeaglesacademy.com. The master classes, the Q&A sessions, the teaching, the training, the accountability partners, the amazing visionaries that we have there. You want to be a part of it. Come on. As I said before, 2024 is not just the year to get more, it's the year to become more. And so my goal in 2024 is to help you achieve yours. That's what I want to do. I've got a number of different resources that I have added to the website that I want you to go to called theeaglesacademy.com/store. Last time that we were live, I think I had 9 resources that were there. That's pretty sufficient, but I've had another 4 or 5. Go there. What are some of those resources I've added? I've added how you can join my motivational email list, where I'm motivating you each and every specific day, each and every single day with just wisdom to really keep you on the up and up and push you to another level as you pursue your purpose. I did an amazing conference last year called the Access Identity Conference. I had amazing speakers. They gave amazing strategies. And here's the thing, you can check out the replay of it. You can check out the replay of the Access Identity Conference. Wisdom, knowledge, mind-blowing information. When you're thinking about it, when it comes to your health and your wealth, when it comes to building financial literacy, when we talk about relationships and faith and business and purpose and community development and going after your vision, transforming your vision into action, go get the replay of the Access Identity Conference. You want to get that. We got some merch. Yeah, we added some merch to the site too, theeaglesacademy.com/store. Get some merch. We got a green Access Identity Conference shirt, which says Ideas, Impact, and Influence on the back. Got it in white as well. Unisex shirts. Man, woman, boy, or girl. Go get it. I'm probably forgetting some other stuff that's on there, but there's also information in regard to crafting and creating who it is that you are when it particularly comes to the art of communication. I've got a free digital training, free digital download That's a video where I'm showing you how to sharpen your skill set so that you can shine as a speaker, so that you can communicate confidently as a communicator. Here's the thing, whatever you're building, it can be built better if you get better with words. Hear me. Whatever you're building, you can build it better if you get better with words. Communication is a canvas. What picture are you painting when you're speaking? Are you connecting when you're communicating? Yeah. With what you're typing, how you type it, how you convey it in your caption, in your content. Do your words have any character? Right? Do people feel you when you're speaking? Go get that. The Art of Communication. Go get my ebook called More in 2024. How to become more, how to make it your best year yet. Go get that. Download that book. Download that ebook. That's going to be advantageous to you and throughout the course of your year. Listen, if you're looking to write your book, this is the year to do it. Hear me. I've written 16 books. I think I know a thing or two about a thing or two. How in the world am I able to go number one every single time that I drop a book? Listen, I'm not that photogenic. It ain't about what I look like. It's about the strategies. I have a system, I have strategies, I have structure, I have solutions that ensure that every single time that I drop a book, we gonna do numbers. Right? Now what's the difference between me and you? No difference, except you just don't have the strategies. And once you get the strategies, I'm showing you how to really take your manuscript to the marketplace. How do I even begin to write a book? I'm so glad that you asked. It's all in there. How do I write when I don't feel like writing? What's the schedule that I should set up for myself? How do I remain determined when I just feel motivated? Motivation is only going to take you so far. Determination is going to take you past the finish line. How do I increase the sales of my book if I already have books that are out there? Why should your books be sitting in the back of your trunk in your car? Why should your books be collecting dust in the house or in the garage? Get those books into people's hands. I'm giving you strategies on how to do that. Become an authority as an author. Go get the bestseller book blueprint, theeaglesacademy.com/store as well. accessidentity.org/author. Go get that. Successful speaker strategies, 4.5-hour digital training, video training, where I'm unveiling all of the aspects to what being a public speaker is all about. How to get paid for your message, how to share your signature story confidently, how to not just be invited, but be invited back. Hmm? Yeah, that makes a difference. How to wow your audience. How to connect when you're communicating. A lot of times when we're talking to groups, we think about everybody as a group. No, think about the individuals within the group. Make eye contact. Look at people. Connect with somebody while you're talking to them. Right? Start in the begin. Start in the early rows. Start in the front rows, and then let the energy that you give the people who are in the front row catch the second row. Yeah, yeah. You ever been to a baseball game or football game and people doing the wave? Yeah, they doing the wave. That's how your message should move people. Yeah, your communication ought to be on a wavelength, right? To where it's connecting with people. To where, listen, I'm getting this in the front row. Second row is feeling it. Second row is feeling it. 10th row is feeling it. 10th row is feeling it. 20th row is feeling it. Right? Everybody's catching on fire from the fire that you're dropping, from the gems that you're dropping. Everybody picking it up. Do you understand the words that are coming out of my mouth? Can't stay asleep when I speak. Gonna be woken up. Gonna arrest your attention. And I have some aspects and some, ideas on how to really engage your audience that I'm sharing with you. You want to get that. Revolution not only be televised, it be digitized. Go to the website, theeaglesacademy.com/store. I got about 13, 14 resources there. Yeah, I'm loading you up. Value, value, value. Maximum value, massive impact. 2024. Go get what's yours. I don't think I'm leaving anything out other than, of course, I got to mention again, go ahead, go to theeaglesacademy.com, tap the join now button. Make sure that you become a member of the Amazing Eagles Academy. On your mark, get set, go, grow. Join us. I can't wait for the session this coming Wednesday. It's going to be absolutely amazing. It's going to be absolutely amazing. Going to be amazing. You want to be a part of that session. Last week, we talked about brand identity, building your brand, identifying your particular identity first. Some of the nuggets that I've dropped, some of the gems that I've dropped that people actually applied, made them money. I'm telling you, we talk about increasing your ideas, your impact, your influence. I might as well add income because that's going up too. Come on. If you're really about that life, not going to hesitate. Hesitation keeps you in the same situation, but success leaves clues. Pick up the clues. Go to theeaglesacademy.com. Tap join now. Fill out the form. And we can't wait to welcome you in and embrace you with wings of love. Spread your wings. I guarantee you'll win. Hear what I got to do. Here's what I got to do. I gave you only, if you were keeping up with me, because I know y'all are great mathematicians, you know I only gave you 2 of the 4 keys. Trust me, I got 4, but there's more in store. I need you to join me for part 2. We might as well make it do what it do with part 2. Part 2. I think, don't get me to saying what y'all want or what you don't want. If you want part 2, just type part 2. If you want part 2, type part 2 in the comment section. If you want part 2, then I'll come back for part 2. Okay, all right. I'm seeing it. I'm saying, okay, bet. Y'all saying part 2, please. Let's go. Part 2, part 2. All right, part 2. We'll make it do what it do with part 2. I'll give you the remainder of the keys next time. So make sure that you join me. Go back, replay this, head over to the YouTube side. Make sure that you like, comment, share, subscribe. Y'all know I'm not out of truth. I'm just out of time. Yeah. Not out of truth, just out of time. So, I got to thank you for the love. Got to thank you for the support. Thank you for joining me on In the Mix at 6. Right once this is over, the replay will be available immediately. So go back and check it out. We do this daily. Check it out immediately. I'm going to be back daily, Monday through Friday, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Set your clock. Save the dates. Monday through Friday. Let somebody know. Invite somebody in. I'm always broadcasting to you live on digital airwaves, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn, TikTok. We don't stop. YouTube. Let's make it do what it do. If you haven't, come on, go ahead, like, comment, share, subscribe, particularly on the YouTube side. Come on, some of y'all watching, you didn't hit the subscribe button. Go hit the subscribe button. Some of y'all been watching, didn't even hit the like button. Come on, go hit the like button. Show me some love. Or at least show me some like. You don't want to show me no love, I'll take it. Just show me some like. How about that? Follow me on Facebook. Follow me on Instagram. LinkedIn, Twitter, TikTok, at EddieConnorJr. Come on, put some respect on my name, please. EddieConnorJr. You know, if I can help you, if I can serve you, shout me out, holla at me, let me know, reach out to me. And you know, this is yours truly, Dr. Eddie, your main man, 100 grand. Y'all know how we do it. Your brother from another mother. Family has been fun, but I got to run. It's been a privilege. It's been a pleasure. It's been a treat. It's been a treasure and a joy beyond measure. But remember, keep the faith. Yeah, keep the faith. Believe. It's always going to be bigger. It's going to be better. It's going to be brighter. Keep soaring higher. Peace and love.
Hey, it's yours truly, Dr. Eddie. Listen, don't you want to level up in your life? Don't you want to actually dominate this year? You need strategy, you need structure, you need solutions. If you're going to level up in your relationships, you're going to identify your brand identity. If you're going to identify your identity, this year to become more, this year to do more. I'm telling you, this is the time to grow your greatness. You need to be in a secure environment, in a community that really cares about your growth, that wants to enhance it, wants to push you in a place of not just information, but transformation for your application. I'm telling you, you don't just go as far as your dream, you go as far as your team. Join our team. Become a part of the Eagles Academy. Go right now. TheEaglesAcademy.com. When you get there, you have to join now button and become a member of this amazing academy with so many amazing people, locally and globally, who understand that their network determines their net worth. They want to soar into success and purpose. I can't wait to see your face, not just your space. Go right now. TheEaglesAcademy.com. Yeah.